Hi. Today's show, I'm going to show you my new device here. See here? This is my email address. And while we're doing the show, I can take live emails. You could email me something and I can give you a shout out because I can't see the writing on the screen because it's too small. So that's it. The address is on the top of the bar. So you just take the address from there, send an email. It will come into here. And while we're on the show, I can actually shout you out. I'm actually going to thinking of let you call me on the phone free here, where you just dial my mobile number, which I'm getting sorted out, and then you can talk direct to me. Or maybe another way we can talk to each other on here, but I'm not sure about that. Anyway, let's get on with today's show. Right, but today's show is a wee bit different. Father Wisdom is looking for the contents for the Book of Time. And he's got Wisdom Rangers helping him. And he's got some Wisdom Guiders there, guiding the way. And we're getting little bits and pieces of contents that we need to put in the Book of Time so we can save the Karamoris. But we were thinking, why are we not, well, let's push this down a bit, because I'm there, like that. Why are we not looking at the disabled people? That's right, because we have disabled people in the world. And obviously, some of them have illnesses that other people don't understand and they don't talk about. So therefore, when they see them, they're kind of, oh, look at that strange looking person doing that strange movement or that strange thing. I don't understand why. So we got a discussion amongst the team and we decided to put an appeal out here today to see if a disabled person would like to join the team. And they can explain what life is like being disabled, and they can also explain what's the good parts, the bad parts, and what other people should be able to do and be able to approach and things like that. And we think that's very important. And the reason why we think that's very important is there's lots of disabled boys and girls in the world, and there's lots of other boys and girls that don't understand why they're disabled and they're not, or why they're not disabled and they're disabled. So it's kind of confusion, and it's a confusing thing. And it's this kind of hard one for the mummy and daddy to tell their children something that they don't know a lot about. So therefore, coming from a person who's experiencing it would be a better way of explaining to others what's the best way to do this and best to do that. Now, we think, yeah, this is actually what we're looking at. Because if the Karamoris come down here, they're going to be in the same situation. Oh, what's the matter with that person in that wheelchair? Why have they got a wheelchair? Because they need a wheelchair because they've got something wrong with them. Now, what does that mean, something wrong with them? I don't understand that. I've not heard that one. Because for Karamoris, they don't have disabled people in Karamori. They're lucky. They might be older than us, and they might walk like penguins, but they don't have disabled people here. So when they come down here, it's going to be the first time they will have seen a disabled person, and they won't know how to react. So therefore, we need to find out how would you react amongst disabled people, and what is the right way to approach a disabled person, and what is the wrong way. There's an offensive way where the person feels, oh dear me, I've got this disability, and everybody's staring and looking at me and thinking I'm some kind of monster. Then there's the other way of approaching like natural and normal. Then it's, oh, I seem okay, so he's all right. I seem okay because, and it makes them feel a bit better because they're normal. They're not nothing wrong with them. It's just they have an illness that doctors and nurses trying to make better to give them a better life. And we all play part in giving other people a better life because we're here to help everyone. and to be helped by everyone. So what we give out comes back 10 times, you see. So if you give out something, and it's a little bit of help, then that'll come back to you throughout your life 10 times over, you see. So that's why we have to learn how to look after each other, educate each other, and help each other. And the team that we have at the moment are not qualified to talk about disabilities. There's one disability we can talk about, and I'm going to just mention this one today. Just give you an idea. There's a lot of people suffer for this, and myself personally, because I eat too many cookies, too much sugar, I've got this disease. So I'm just going to pull down a little bit and show you what I have to do to make sure I'm okay every day. I have this little bag here. Yes, that's right. It's a little funny looking bag. And it come from the doctor, yeah? And the doctor says to me, oh, Santa, you're eating too much cookies. Yeah, but I like cookies. Yeah, well, you carry on eating cookies, it's going to make you diabetic. Ah, don't worry. I'll eat my cookies. I'll be okay. Santa, it's too much sugar. You're putting too much sugar in your body. And look what I got now. I get one of these. I'm going to show you. One of these here. And I have to use this now to make sure that I don't eat too much sugar or I don't have enough sugar. And I have to get what's called a low and a high. And the low is dangerous, very, very dangerous. And a high is just as dangerous, but a kind of different kind of dangerous, yeah? And I have to use this stuff called insulin. I have a little insulin tab here, which I use. This one here. It's got the wrong top on it because I've lost the top and I'm just using this top to store it. But I have to use this, and when I'm too high, I have to use this to bring it down. And then I have another one which is called slow reacting insulin. And I'll take 44 units of that in the morning every morning. And I'll take tablets, and that keeps me all day. That means I'm regulating my diabetes. And this little thing here, I'm not going to play it and show you all, but this little thing here, my finger's on, this will tell me the counts of my blood. This is a little stick you put inside it, and this is a little thing you jag, and the blood comes out. So that's a disability. Yeah, because there's other illnesses that come with this. Sometimes it's your hands. You can't hold nothing. You can't do nothing. Then it could be your legs. You can't walk. So it's a serious disability. But other people don't have that disability, don't understand a person with that disability. So we have to somehow talk about these things we don't talk about every day and try and work out a solution and how we, and also it makes you understand the person sitting next to you in the restaurant who's injecting because he's got to inject before he eats. Oh, Mum, Dad, that's nothing. He's just diabetic. Wow, how did you know that, son? Because I was the major. And I learnt that. I learnt that because I went out and I looked and seen different type of disability people or heard from different people and understood, you know? Because a lot of people that are not disabled think it's funny to see a disabled person because of the reactions. But that's because no one's talked to them and sat down with them and explained to them what the disability is. Now, when they do know what the disability is, they can then approach properly. They can then, none of that laughing in their face, they can then sit back and go, whoa, look at that. I'm glad I'm not like that, but it's a human being and treat them like human beings. And this is why we would love someone with a disability to help us reach out to people that have not got disabilities and explain what it's like to have a disability so that they understand when they see a disabled person in the street or a disabled person at a party or a disabled person wherever. I've come across people with severe disabilities at unexpected places and sometimes not sure how to approach them. Now, I would love if I could learn when I was little and growing up how to approach people and how not to offend them, because then they could be my friends. You understand? So this is what being a Wisdom Reader is about. Being a Wisdom Reader is about learning and educating. Today's show is going to be about asking, is there anyone out there that watches the show or is a friend of anyone who watches the show after the show is finished that would like to try and see if this is possible for them to take part in the show? Yeah. Obviously, we can't use anyone under 18. They have to be over 18-year-old because they have to have had that experience that they're going to pass on to others. They don't have to be doctors, nurses, and medical profession, but they do have to explain their illnesses and their things that they, so that people understand where they're coming from. And we'd love doctors and nurses to get involved and be interviewed by the people with the disabilities so that they can maybe help them a little by explaining what the situation is, but also by explaining to others throughout the world this is how this affects this minority of people or this minority of people, and this is how it helps. And if you're able-bodied and there's nothing wrong with you, this is the way you should approach, and this is the way you should put your hands out to help. Not, look at that, oh, I forgot to say to him, that doesn't work, you know, that's just, that could lead to serious problems for the person that's not well in the first place. It could go to their mind and they could think, oh dearie me, and something more serious could end up happening because you and your wee friend thought it was funny to laugh. You see? So we have to learn not to laugh at other people just because there's something wrong there. And we also have to learn how to approach them and talk to them. Because as I say, we could become their friends. And who knows, they could become your best friend. Even though you've already got a best friend, you can have a second best friend. You don't have to just have one best friend. And you can grow up learning together and educate each other. And then when you get older, that's when the little bit of help you gave out comes back 10 times. Because when you're older, you see the success there and the success with you, and they go together, and you grow up and you think, wow, I helped there at the beginning, and look at that, and it's coming back because that's worth more than there's £1 million. That's worth 5, £10 million, not £1 million, because you have put your heart and soul into looking and helping and growing together. You see? So yes, that's what we're looking for. Was something that the team's come up with and an idea that's come through to us. And we're 100% behind it. As you know, the show's no started and we're trying to work this show out, and it'll probably not start for another month or two. And it might take longer. But we want to get the people aboard and the team aboard. Now, you get Calamori's in the team, but you don't know who Calamori is because Calamori could be anything. You also get humans. There will be humans. And you have to determine who you think a Karamori and who you think a human is. But because there's no disabled people in Karamori, we have no choice but to use a human disabled person. You see? And a human disabled person must have a life that is a little bit different from other people, and they can explain to other people why it's different, and they can also explain what's the best approach to them and what's the best way to interact with them. It may be just be normal and come up normal. It may be I get a bit sensitive and I'm a bit clustered around groups of people, so it'd be nice if just one or two people come at a time. It could be anything. We don't know because we're not disabled. The only disability I have is the diabetes. It's the nerve damage and some other things that have caused me a lot of problems. I've had for a long time. But these are things that I have to try and live with and grow up and, and make myself better. So I hope that makes you understand about Santa a bit. But anyway, here we go. Up the top there is my email address. And it's fatherchristmas at yandex.com. That's right, you got it. Fatherchristmas at yandex.com. We have a Patreon site. I don't know what's going on with it, but we have one and we're trying to sort it out. And also, Father Wisdom has his own email address, which is fatherwisdom at yandex.com. Now that's if you want to contact us to become a Wisdom Ranger or a Wisdom Guider. There's a lot of things on the YouTube channel. If you come through it all kind of slowly, then you'll get the grip of what we're trying to do. And it'll give you an idea of where we want to go. What else I'm going to tell you? Well, really, that's basically it today. It's really more us asking for your help rather than us getting us your advice. So we're truly, and we'd be very grateful if anyone has a disabled person that would like to take part in the education of others. Because it's all about education, right? And education comes in a lot of different ways. It could come from your teacher at school, come from your mummy, come from your daddy, could come from your Uncle Stephen, could come from Uncle George, your Uncle Pat, whatever. You understand? Your Auntie Janie, your Auntie Catherine, your Auntie whatever, yeah? So it could come anywhere in the world, it could come anywhere. And education can come at any time. Because you could be walking along the road and you could see something you've never seen before. And wonder what that is. And then someone can explain what that is. And that's a little bit more education you got. So education is there. It's all around us. And we want to use all that education because the Calamoris have no education. The only education they have is when the stuff rises from Earth, the radio, the car horns, the things like that, and the noises all come up. And everything has got to go somewhere. And it goes all the way up the galaxies. And it ends up Caramori Land. The Caramoris will drag it out. They'll listen. And that's how they educate themselves. And the Book of Time's gone. And it used to be put in the Book of Time to be delivered to Caramori. Then Father Wisdom would write the Book of Time. But all the contents in the Book of Time's lost. And that's why we're here. We're here to get Wisdom Rangers, Wisdom Guiders, and we can get on and sort the Book of Time out. We also like to talk to professional people who know what they're doing and what they're saying. Professional people who would like to help other people by explaining what this does, what that does, what this does. You see? So if any of you professional people out there would like to come and do an interview, you don't have to come to studios and things like this. Interviews can be done in your own house. In other words, you can do it, send it in, and we can go yeah. Or you could do live chat, yeah. But we have to work out how is the best way to do interviews. But we'd like to do that and put it out, and we could like to tell people the advice and help people. We obviously have an age restriction when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's 10-year-olds and under. 10-year-olds and under. That's all we're educating. We're not educating 25-year-olds and 50-year-olds and 30-year-olds or nothing like that. We're educating 10-year-olds and under. And we want help by wisdom guiders who are over 10-year-olds. And they educate the 10-year-olds and under. So if anything's want to approach us or come up to us and help us, it's very simple. Remember, 10 years and under. 10 and under. If it's not appropriate for 10 and under, it'll just be put in the bin. It'll never get used, it'll never get seen. We'll not be interested in that, and it's just a waste of time and a waste of your energy. But if it's something good and who would alarm us about it, contact the proper people and discuss. Yeah. And then if it's good enough, we will invite you to talk about it. Have a wisdom interview you, or one of the team, depending on what it's about. And this will be done. Maybe called Zoom, I think they call it. Some days they call Zoom. Maybe one of these Zoom things, because we've not done a Zoom yet. So maybe we just do it in a Zoom and we Zoom each other. And, oh, hello up that screen. Hello on that screen. Hi. Oh, I don't like what you said there. Oh. But this will never ever be done live, because this has to be looked at before it goes out, because we got to try and make 100% sure that the information provided is true. We can't just think it might be true. We can't think, oh, it sounds good. We have to know by, i.e. a professional, is this good enough to go out without causing problems or misleading anyone? Because we don't want to mislead people. We want the truth. And all we want to do is educate. That's all we want to do. So if you think you can come on board and help with that, by all means, drop an email to Father Christmas or Father Wisdom at your hand. Choice is yours. Explain everything what you want to do, and we'll get back to you. And who knows, you may be a guest on the show, or you may even end up being a presenter on the show. We don't know. We don't know until we know, because if you don't know who you are, and we're not going to know who you are unless you contact us. So anyway, anybody wants to shout out Christmas Day, I'm buying myself a new coat. Yeah, a big coat. And because it's getting cold. Because I've got to go with Rudolph and the reindeers, and I've got to go this month to go around the world to see the good boys and the bad guys, the bad boys and the good boys. The boys are bad, the boys are good, the good boys, the bad boys, the good boys, the bad boys. That's right. And the good girls and the bad girls, and the bad girls and the good girls. So I've got to go around and find out who's good, who's bad. So I've got my book of bad boys, my book of bad girls, and I've also got my good book of everyone, which is for everyone. It doesn't boys and girls mixed in. Good boys, good girls, all together. This way I know who I'm going to shout out. So if your name's on a bad list, then I'm not going to shout you out. But if your name's on a good list, you'll be shouted out right away. And it's the same with the girls. So remember that. Mummy and Daddy will tell me who's on the good books and who's in the bad books, because I'm coming around. Because I have all the presents to wrap up. Now you can see behind me I've got some Christmas stockings. And that's for the toys. I've got the toys in the Christmas stockings. Last week I was doing the Christmas presents. Wrapping up Christmas presents. 9,076,000 I done a week. 9 million. I was like, I nearly made 10 million. Wow. It's a lot of presents to wrap up in one day. And I've been doing that all year, but I'm slow, but now it's getting fast. And I'm beginning to put a bit of weight on because it's nearly Christmas. So I'm not going to be a skinny Santa anymore. I'm going to become a big fat Santa. And I'm going to become a big fat Santa. And I'm going to have my big fat Santa coat on. Not my workman jumper on. Skinny Santa. Yeah. So watch out for that change. That change is coming soon. And it's time I have to say goodbye because things I've got to do. And yesterday I had a bit of flu, which if you watch yesterday's video, you'll see I wasn't well. And I'm just hoping Christmas is really beautiful for everyone out there. And I'm hoping New Year is the same because New Year is like the next year coming. That means that this year's gone. There's no more 2020. It turns into 2021. That's confusing. 2020, the next day, 2021. And everyone says, Happy New Year. But this year, I think the UK are not going to have a 2020 to 2021. I believe that they had a virus thing that's caused a lot of trouble. And the virus is taking Christmas off because it's going away for a time. And then it's going to come back because they actually know what day it's going away. They know what day it's coming back. It's confusing, very confusing to me that they can actually say this is going away such a day and it's going to be back in such a day. So we can have Christmas because it's not going to be here at Christmas, it's going to be some other country. And then we can get Christmas out of the way, but it's coming back before New Year. So we're not going to have New Year. I'm confused with that one. And I don't know anyone else is confused with that one, but it's a confusing one, that is. So I'm going to be here for a whole year now. I've decided because of this news that I keep hearing all the time from when I'm going places, I'm hearing little bits here and little bits there. And I've decided that I'm going to be here New Year and I'm going to help Father Wisdom find the contents for Book of Time. So I'm going to be here at least once a month, shouting out names. I obviously won't be shouting out Merry Christmas because Christmas will be 2021 then. But I'll still shout out your name and you can get a ho 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 off me. I'm not much cover, but you'll get a ho ho ho. And I'll be telling you who's found what on the Book of Time, who's found the contents in the Book of Time, because I'm the one that lost it all. So my little way would be helping my brother for a year and finding it all and saying who my wisdom rangers are that's helping Father Wisdom. Because Father Wisdom's wisdom rangers are my wisdom rangers. Because I'm calling out for the wisdom rangers to help. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'll also be taking part in lessons because I need to learn things. Because I got to go Karamori sometimes and I got to take the lessons to them. So if I'm learning how to do A, G, B, D, E, F, I'll figure that one out. That's a song I've heard. Or 1, 8, 9, 4, 7, 10. And I'll have to work on that because I have to get the numbers right. I don't know if you know the numbers because I don't know how to get to 10. And I really don't know how to do my ABCs. No, I need some help with that as well. So if you don't mind drawing me the A's, the B's, and the C's, and the D's, and doing me the alphabet and sending it in to me, because that will help me. And also drawing the numbers. And I think we should try and draw the numbers 1 to 10, and then go all the way up to 100. I think 100 might be hard, but we'll do it in stages. But we'll do 1 to 10 first, and we'll see how you can do your 1 to 10s. You've got the address to send it to help me, because I need help. And it would be nice if you put a picture beside the alphabet ones. Like if you do A, you would have an apple. If you do O, you'd have an orange. If you do K, you would have a boxing match. I don't know. You have to tell me because I don't know. Because you got to teach me this one. And then I just need your name and your age. I also need to know what age you are, and what your name is, and what city you come from. If you're going to send a picture, just don't show me your whole. Just keep yourself covered to there. Yeah. And then what we'll do is we might put you in the storyline, and we might put your contents in the book of time. And if we do put your contents in the book of time, ho ho ho, it's me that's going to say thank you. Aye, it's me. It's going to send you a special message, spend you awards. You got the bronze, you got the silver, and you got the gold. It's me. It's going to be writing to you directly. Yeah, we're not writing to someone else, we're writing to you. And it's me that's also going to be calling your name out. Yeah, that's right. Because Santa Claus, and when you're on that helpless book as a wisdom ranger, you then know on Christmas Day, with the help of your mum and dad, because Santa Claus always needs help from mums and dads. With the help of mum and dad, you will be able to get your special present. That's right. And it'll be under the Christmas tree on Christmas Day. But remember, don't get up too early in the morning because I'll be there and I don't want to be seen because it's a strange man with a red hat and a white beard and you might know who it is. And if you call the police, Santa might get arrested for putting toys under the tree because no one knows how he get in the house. So we've got to keep that in mind. Yeah. Right. Well, Santa's leaving you. He's gave you a lot of rules here. He gave you a lot of ideas. Once you listen to them all, think about them all, talk to each other, pass this on to other people because there's other people that might not have seen it, even if it's not your cup of tea, because it could be the next door neighbour's cup of tea or the next door neighbour's cup of tea, because this is open to all the children in the world. Every single human being on the planet, as far as I'm concerned,